Okay, folks, how you doing? Welcome to EMB 230, Understanding Terrorism. This is the spring of 2017. This is the first time that I've taught the course online, so you're gonna have to bear with me. We'll find out how it translates online. Um, I know that people like to take the course at the school, but unfortunately they wanted to um, give folks the opportunity to take it online. And so we're trying to do it. So you're gonna have to bear with us because we're using some programs to try and make it more interesting by having audio and video components added to the online course. So bear with me. If you have any problems with the tech part of it, or you're having trouble hearing, or you're having trouble seeing the videos, get in touch with me immediately tonight or right now. Please, I apologize for the lighting. My studio, we're working on that too. Um, so bear with me. Uh, I put up a discussion board. It's an introductory discussion board. It's on Moodle right now. It was the first thing I posted, and I asked folks to introduce themselves. A lot of the people in the class have had me before, but if you haven't, my name is Artie Mastrangelo. I'm just retired this past May from the FDNY after 36 years. I had 24 years as a first responder, as a firefighter. In the last 11 years, I was a fire investigator. So I've been in the field for 35 years. I also have a master's degree from John Jay College of Criminal Justice, and it's in criminal justice. So, with that all said and done, I'm going to go ahead right now and go over a couple of points in the introduction, and then we'll take it from there. First thing I'm going to go over and bear with me because I know that my face is going to be in the way as I show you these things online, but that's how this program is worked out. So, first thing I'm going to go over is the syllabus. There's the course information here. There's my name. There's the name of the course. This is the section, EMB 230, Select Lecture 2017, Spring. It's the first section, probably the only section. Here's my contact info right here, amastrangelo@mcny.edu. Now, the school, they frown upon us using any other form of communication other than the official school email. So I stress that when I send you emails, I'm going to be sending you the emails will be going to your school email. So you have to read your school email. It's imperative that you get your school email because that's the only way I'm sending them out. The required text is Martin, uh, 2016. It's his newest edition. It's a fifth edition. And, as books and texts go, the further along they get, the more editions they are. That means that the more well received they are. And so I like using this text. It's a survey, it's a history of terrorism. But Mr. Martin is a well-versed. He's not only a an academic, but he's also a practitioner. So in the field, they like to call him a pracademic, maybe, or whatever you call him. But on page 17 in the Roman numerals of the book, there's a brief biography of Mr. Martin, and I stress that you read that because it kind of gives you a little perspective of where he's coming from. Like we say, he's been around for a while, and he's quite an interesting man. So, I'm not going to read you the course objectives. You ought to read them yourself because they're quite long and they would take up too much of the audio and the video on this part. I'm trying to keep the audios and videos, and I'm Italian, so I'm using my hand signals. I apologize, I can't get away from that. Um, so I'm trying to keep them to 20 minutes. So if I get over 20, 25 minutes, I'm trying to keep them at that length. So there's the course format. You're expected to read the chapters, all the tests. The tests will come from the readings, but they also can come from any part of the audio that I provide for that week or the week as we go along. So I might even take questions from Mr. Martin's video at the beginning of each chapter. There's a 2 or 3 minute video by Mr. Martin that I'm going to post. So questions could come from anywhere. Um, so your assignment is your course format is that you read each week. Um, the assigned reading for the week so that when obviously we can't discuss it, but when I post a discussion board, it'll be on something from that week's reading. And the discussion boards, quite frankly, that's your attendance. That's how I know that you're watching and paying attention to the class. I'll show you a little trick later on that I have, that they show me, that they give me on Moodle. But this is how the grading goes. So your attendance, discussion board, and assignments is worth 25% of your grade. That's a lot of the grade. Um, there's no final papers. There's no papers in this class. So it's all on your attendance, how you respond to the discussion boards, and the 3 quizzes. There'll be quiz 1, I call it, the midterm, and a final. Um, and in the syllabus there, it's written down what they will encompass. So again, the discussion boards are imperative that you do well on the discussion boards and that you get them in on a timely fashion, because to get full credit, they have to be in for the week that they're due. It's not like class. I know in class, I get to sit there and we talk and we have discussions in class and I get to meet everyone. Unfortunately, this format doesn't provide for that, so I can only go by what you write and how you respond to the discussions each week and how you answer the questions on the tests. There's no it's an online class, so the interaction is limited. Um, Here's what the discussion board, um, how much it's worth, 1 weekly post, quizzes, midterm, and the final where the questions are from. Be advised that there is one chapter that's out of order. We'll do chapters 1 through 4, 5, 6, 7, and then chapter 12. It's out of order, but I kind of mix it around because I like it in that, um, and doing it in that order. Communication competency. Um, so your competency in communicating is going to be through your writing on the discussion boards again. So correct pronunciation, punctuation is imperative, because I'm going to mark your discussion board um, based on how you answer the questions. Um, you should understand APA guidelines. I'm not doing any papers, so you really don't have to use APA guidelines unless I ask you to cite something in the discussion board or in an assignment that I give during the year. Standards of academic conduct and student integrity. That's on you. Read it. I really can't tell if you're cheating or if you're plagiarizing. I mean, I can tell if you're plagiarizing, but I can't tell if you're cheating. I mean, if 2 students are sitting next to each other doing the work, how would I know that, right? So, um, you just read all these parts. Um, Students with disabilities, the grading. This is how you'll be graded. Um, and this is the most important part, syllabus changes. The instructor reserves the right to make changes as necessary to this syllabus. So, in a brick and mortar course, that happens quite often because we don't get the work done. In the winter time, there are times when we don't get to class due to weather, inclement weather. I don't see any of this happening on the online course. I see us going through the syllabus week by week and not having any problems. So, with that said, here are the schedule of course of meetings. Um, each week, this is the reading. And I didn't include the discussion board in here, but each week there's a discussion board or an assignment, and I'll show you that on Moodle. In the syllabus, I just put the order that I wanted us to read the chapters and when the quizzes were due. And the quizzes are all online, so I'll go. Um, this will be posted in a folder online. And if you're not familiar with Moodle, I'm bringing it up right now. This is what Moodle looks like. I don't know how they got that name. Don't ask me. Um, I really don't know. So there's a news forum here. I don't post in the news forum. If anyone wants to post news in the news forum, if you see an article that you think is relevant to the course, go right ahead and post it in there. I don't see a problem with that. Alert us that you did. Send an email, send a group email that I posted something or in a news forum. But basically, generally, I don't use it. Additional reading, there'll be additional reading. The folder is empty right now. If you click on the folder, it's empty. But as the course goes on, I will post readings. The syllabus is posted. It's in there. You can download it. printed out. The textbook is in here. This is the book. This is Martin's book. Unfortunately, on my Apple, I have to download it, so I won't show it. But if you open up the Word document, there's a picture of the book, and there's the correct APA format. The citation for the book is in there. Actually, on the syllabus also is the correct APA format for how to cite Martin's book. Here's the weekly discussion board. So this is the first week's discussion board. I asked everyone to go ahead and post a brief description of yourself and your interests. And so far, as of Sunday night, 4 or 5 people have. Hopefully by Wednesday, everyone will have posted. So that's the discussion board. That's the first one. What's going to happen after week 1? Um, I will have the discussions will be posted in each week's folder. So week 2, we'll say week 2 discussion. You'll click in week 2, and there'll be a discussion topic for you to answer in week 2. In week 3, when we get to week 3, 4, 5, and the subsequent weeks, we'll also have the discussion board posted for each week. So in each week, as we go forward, there'll be the lectures. Here's the first lecture. So if I were to click on Chapter 1, Part 1, we would take us to YouTube, and there's a quick 20 or 15, 20-minute video. It's a PowerPoint. Some of them have my face like this one in it. Some of them don't. And it's the, Chapter 1 broken down into 3 parts, obviously, so that you don't sit here. You can do them at your convenience. You can do them at your leisure. Also, later on, each lecture will be posted here. I'll put another folder with the lectures, and it'll be the lecture minus the audio. So it'll just be the words and the PowerPoint lecture in the written document. It won't have the words or the audio in it. So if you want to study or use it to study, you can use the lectures. But basically, most of the test parts are going to come from the book. And again, I said it's an interesting book. It's a survey. It goes from the earliest parts of terrorism right up until ISIS. And so we'll generally start out from the beginning and work our way almost to the present day. Um, so usually I would say, any questions? But I can't do that. Although my grandkids do watch this Mickey Mouse show, where Mickey does say he asks a question and then he stops, and I guess the audience at home is supposed to answer him. Um, I guess that's will be futile here. But if you do have any questions regarding the course or um, what is going on in the course, feel free to email me. Um, I'm available if you're having trouble with the course, or you're not happy with the course, or you want to, or you have any questions. I will be at the school, I believe, so far on Tuesday nights. I will be there. My class starts at 8, but if you send me an email, I certainly will come in earlier to accommodate you. If you want to have a meeting about something, or you want to talk to me about something, um, we can talk. Um, so again, feel free to email me. There's no reason for us to worry about weather or anything like that. So I don't see any reason for us to uh, cancel any classes. So each week um, the work will be posted. Now I'm going to try each week and post a video or audio segment. If I don't get it, if I don't get an audio segment in each week or a video segment in each week, there will be the written PowerPoint lecture for the week will be posted. So I think I covered everything on the introduction. Uh, so I'm looking forward to this class. Hopefully, online works out. I'm getting used to doing the audio part of the PowerPoints. I try to stick to each slide and talk about it, but as we go along and I get more comfortable talking to a silly screen, um, then I'll maybe branch out a little bit from the PowerPoints. That's pretty much it right now. I'm going to post this, so this will be posted. This is right now, it's Sunday night. The class officially begins, officially begins tomorrow, Monday. And this class, the format, oh yeah, that's what I want to talk about. The format for this class is going to be Wednesday to Wednesday. So I will post the work on Wednesday, by Wednesday, and all work is due by the following Tuesday night. So this coming Wednesday is officially the first day of class. All work that is due by next Tuesday by midnight. So that gives us the weekend. It gives us a couple of days to do the work. If you're having any problem with the format, if you work on a certain or particular day, please send me an email. Please send the emails through the school email to assure that I get them. Um, and I'm also working out a way. I'm trying, I'm in the process of seeing if I can post. If you have trouble watching or viewing the um, PowerPoint, the lectures, I'm going to try and send them um, to Dropbox. I use Dropbox, and I think if I link you up to Dropbox, you'll be able to come into it and watch the videos that way also. So it's kind of like a backup. Um, but I'm working on that. That's a work in progress. So that's it. So um, hopefully, I sent an email to everyone asking if you got the email. Not everyone has responded. Hopefully, everyone will respond by Wednesday and tell me that they got the email. Um, and so I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to having a nice, fun semester. Getting to know you, and I'll probably get to know you through the discussion boards or through our email. And again, with the email, also keep it scholarly, respect each other. Respect is a big part. Everyone knows I'm big into respect in other people's views and opinions. And this is a difficult course. We'll see as we go forward. And I talk about it a little bit in the opening chapter. I talk a little bit about ethnocentrism, and try not to be judgmental. Um, and it's kind of like a crazy world we live in today. And so, um, in our discussion boards, I want us to keep it scholarly, respect each other's opinions. I don't ask people to respond to other people. It's not a requirement. Some courses they ask you to respond to at least one other person's. I don't do that. I ask you to answer the question. If somebody feels that they want to respond to somebody else's question, generally in the past I've had people respond and say, "Hey, that was really a great response," and that's what I look for: positive affirmation of each other. Um, I'm the one that's in charge of doing a negative response. I'm the one that has to grade you. So if we could help each other out with positive feedback, and I really appreciate it. The negative feedback, I'm not saying that you can't have negative feedback, but if you do, please keep it respectful, and I don't see any problems going forward. With that said, have a good evening, and I will see you next week. You'll hear from me next week. So go on to the January 9th to 15th, click on part 1, 2, and 3, listen to the audio, and um, respond to the first weekly discussion board at the top, this one here. Click into that discussion board and give me a brief discussion. I'm sorry, brief introduction, who you are, what your interests are, and I'll see you next week. Take care.